What's going on, fam? Like you see the beautiful people behind me here. We're here for Rings of Power episode 6 breakdown. I'm your host, Elvin, and I got my partner in crime,
Sheldon's
Sheldon.
here.
Yeah.
How's it going, guys?
The myth, the legend. It's
Oh,
Sheldon.
I like that intro. That was tight.
Ready for breakdown number 6?
Ready for the boring breakdown of number
Just like
6.
Beyonce said, put a ring on it.
This episode was sleepy. A little sleepy.
I wish I could put this ring on and just disappear.
Just go away.
Yes. The ring that I got from the Shire in New Zealand.
It's wonderful. Wait, they do that out there?
Dude, they still have the whole Shire there.
Oh, that's sick.
And then maintain it. I went for a tour.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, you have Frodo's house and everything. It's like a huge locale. It's actually embedded in nature.
Oh, that's cool.
So they have real plants, bees, butterflies. They have water. They have the bridge that Gandalf crossed with the water running.
Damn. Okay.
That's
pretty cool.
They have the pub where Aragorn met Frodo and the hobbits. You actually can drink. It's an actual pub.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, you guys should drink that with the carving on the fireplace. And then we had a big feast. It was part of the tour that we did. You get a giant feast, medieval feast, and it was awesome. Okay. Yeah, that was cool. And then there's a huge gift shop, and that's where I bought the ring from.
That's cool, man.
Yeah,
I dig that.
It's awesome. It's a once in a lifetime experience if you're a Tolkien fan to go to that location because that's where they filmed everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's actually somebody's farm.
Oh,
yeah, and it's massive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that dude must be getting paid pretty good.
Oh yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I think they're filming the Gollum story there as well.
That I feel like that would make sense.
Yeah, they're doing it there as well. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we need a Gollum story?
I don't know, man. It's like Gollum himself is an interesting character. The stuff that he went through was pretty tragic.
But did we not flush out most of it though?
I didn't.
Like the third movie in Peter Jackson, they do a little flashback of Gollum.
Yeah, they kind of explain how he got like tortured, and how he suffered at the hands of the orcs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they did kind of, they kind of did detail, but I don't know what this is going to be all about and why they're hunting Gollum realistically, unless it's in the book somewhere, which I don't remember because it's been a while. I don't know how big that journey really is for them to split it into two.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Trying to do another big fight again.
It just feels like they're trying to exploit as much as they can. Milk as much as they can because they're like, hey, we'll do it better. Hold our beer, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like we'll do it better than Amazon will.
Yeah. Well, they probably will, to be honest. Like all the movies might be more interesting than the Rings of Power season. So,
but it won't be as much laughter.
No, it'll be somewhat of an enjoyable film compared to whatever this is.
Whatever this is. This is a beautiful landscape.
Yes, of course.
I think this is Ireland.
Same sort of green mountains. It's not a bad shot. I kind of dig it.
Most of Europe has these type of greenery. So
that's good to know.
Northern part of Europe.
Okay.
It is beautiful. I can't say that about the show though.
So. Yeah.
So let's get into this.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll put the volume down because it is way too loud. That's great. Hang tight for a second here.
We got this.
While you are there, did you get to see? You saw the trailer afterwards. That's all, right?
For which one?
The trailer afterwards, after the show ends, you saw the trailer, right?
No, I turned it off right away as soon as the.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the credits were as soon as the credits showed, I was like, all right, we're done with the show. I can go to bed.
Oh,
why did they even show a big trailer after?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
That's what I was saying to you. Like, they have probably the big war coming because the trailer shows that.
Okay. Gotcha. That's okay. That's what you were talking about. I just assumed that. Well, just seeing what we've saw so far is like that war is going to happen regardless with these last 2 episodes. So I didn't know that they
Yeah.
full on trailer for it.
I'm seeing if this will actually work here. Let's do this again. There we go. So we got little riding hood. I mean, Elf running down in the woods. Why is he running?
I don't know. I don't even know what he's running to or from. It's there's no context in this scene.
He's literally, and he's just the most awkward run in the world too.
He's an elf. He has to be upright all the time. They can't be hunched forward running. They need to be running
Lots
with
of Guy
grace.
Ladriel.
Oh my god.
And here he is. He's like Wolverine. He sniffs things.
It's the freaking hero of the show.
This guy's character and line, like his storyline, means nothing in the show. Nothing. It's a complete waste.
Way too stoic. And yeah, I don't know what this is supposed to add.
The only thing I want this guy to do is just get on Galadriel and just go, let's have some babies.
Yeah.
That's about it. He does nothing else. He's
just there for the looks. They needed a thirst trap, dude.
They have a whole bunch of thirst traps. That's Sauron, Celebrimbor, Elrond. I mean, everybody's a thirst trap to each other. That's all it is. Nothing wrong with it. Whatever.
They hit certain audiences. Makes sense.
Sure. These random orcs are just walking around. They're not in an army.
What are they even doing?
They're not on a mission. Why are they there?
Just random generic forest scene. That's what this is.
Yeah. It's to give you something to think about. Oh, don't forget this guy. Yeah. He's important. How we're going to get this guy to come to the big fight? Oh, we got an idea. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
So random dudes walking. Right? I guess they're going to a music festival or something. This
Faded
dude
in the park.
hides in there. By the way, orcs can smell really far too.
You know, I'm glad you brought this up because in the last episode they smelt out those elves, and you're telling me right now they don't smell.
Literally walk by the guy.
I don't know, man.
And I know this guy. He hasn't showered in days. Regular humans can smell this guy in the corner.
Yeah. Do elves even sweat though? Is that a thing?
They could be dirty still.
Fair.
You know, you take an elven dump, right? It's not a
comes out all
dump.
perfect and smooth.
Yeah. Very linear.
Oh man.
A ray of sunshine hits the, you know what?
Just glows in your toilet.
So these jabronis just walk by. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to get them.
I like that he stares at them for like 5 seconds. Why didn't you just have your bow drawn out ready to kill them?
Then we got Superman orc here. So here's the thing. Both of the orc and this elves can't sniff worth the shit. Because this guy sniffs those two guys, but doesn't sniff the guy behind him.
No.
Those two walk by him, don't sniff him, but this guy can sniff him.
And sniffed. Yeah. I like this. I like this dude. He took a risk jumping off that rock, man. But not smart.
And he's ready to go too. Look, he's got the sword and the dagger ready to go, right? Instead of landing on the guy, he lands next to him so he can get perfectly kicked in the face.
Yep. Nice little sidestep action.
These two like, oh, hey, what happened there? What's going on? You know? And then he takes the arrow out. White, fight, cool. Shoots the guy in the head, right? And he stares at him. Why?
If this was Legolas, he would have shot the other two by then. Right at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He stares to him. Ha! Look at me. See that? I did that.
He's got that little neck crick, like, who's next? Did he just stab him with an arrow? And how did they even get that close to? How did they surround him already?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
They were both. This
They were
show,
both 20
man.
yards away from him.
This show is so irresponsible, dude. I swear to God.
Either he's slow or they're really fast. That's your conclusion right there. You have to
Oh
pick
my
one of
God.
those to make it make sense.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, just let the viewer figure it out. Let them come to their own conclusions.
Look, that guy got kicked in the nuts.
Oof. This is Shaolin monk style friggin' sword fighting he's got going
Right?
on, man.
What is he doing with his hands? I've never seen elf like this fight.
Nah. No, neither of this is very like martial arts-esque kind of stuff going on.
It's Shang-Chi all over again.
Yeah, oh, but they do have Asian elves, so maybe they learned from that.
All I noticed from this thing is dude got a nice haircut. That's a nice fade.
So trimmed, so proper.
So good.
He's man pretty. That's
That
what he
Elvin
is.
barbershop. Woo. Ice Cube must go there. You gotta put that.
It's gotta
Down
be
with
so
authority.
badass. Oh, the choreographer is probably so
then-
happy with his work.
And then this is the part that you pointed out here. Within seconds.
Yeah, he just like this. Okay, so this is he just knew where to go. No pat down happened. I'm not even sure what he's looking for at this point. But he's like, oh, that arm looks so interesting. What is that?
Okay, who puts a map like that there?
In their gauntlet? I have no idea.
They have pouches.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it makes sense if you want like a quick draw and you don't want to fumble through your bag. But my thing with this dude is, how did you even know to look there?
It was sticking out, Sheldon.
Hey, I could have.
Don't ask questions,
It could
Sheldon.
have been a shirt. It could have been a piece of his fabric that he was wearing. But this dude was like, "Oh, this seems interesting." Oh, okay.
You're just used to using Google Maps. Stop it.
I was there when MapQuest was around.
Oh yeah, print it out on the printer, baby. 7 pages to get to the 7-Eleven down the street.
Oh, MapQuest.
Yes. All right, here we go. So, I don't even know how to read this.
Dude, okay, so this looked like
River?
an 8-year-old drew this. I was like, okay, so is this a road? You pointed out, okay, you just said river. I was like, this looks like a path of some sort. Are these supposed to be trees?
That
I
you
don't
know what? It could be a path or a river. We don't know.
Ugh.
Looks like a river to me, though.
It just, yeah, I'm like, how do you get anything off of this map? I don't understand.
Where is this supposed to be? Like, does the X say that's where they're from? X marks the spot. It's like a mall map, you know, where this is the spot you are at right now.
Yeah. Is that supposed to be a mountain in the back there on the top of it? Like, is that supposed to be Mount Doom?
Yeah, with the smoke effect coming out of it.
Interesting. Okay.
And then this is supposed to be what? The city? The elves
Eregion?
Eregion.
I think so, yeah.
So where in this forest says that this is the direction to go to? Like, I don't, if I'm looking this, if I'm lost, like this guy's probably lost. Let's just assume he's lost.
Yeah.
How does he know where he is and which direction to go?
Yeah. This is, at this point, this is just a landmark. That's what I'm taking this as. This is a landmark.
Picturesque view of the city and everything around it. That's all it is. There's no indication of which direction to go.
Yeah. Unless, like, I don't know if that stuff just above where the river and the forest is there in that little horseshoe kind of thing, if that's supposed to be like elven letters or black speech or dark speech or whatever they call it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. It's odd.
Okay, so why is he running into a forest if he doesn't know which way he's going?
You know, that's this episode. There was no context about that whatsoever. It never went back to him. It never even did like a flashback of why that he was following. Maybe he was following these orcs. Maybe he saw them and he decided to go after them. But there's nothing indicating in this episode as to why he was doing this.
Well, you're trying to give something that makes sense. Like I see what
Mhm,
you said that he's trying to follow them. That would
mhm.
explain why he's running the forest. But the show doesn't give us a good
Yeah,
reason. Doesn't make us understand that.
right,
If you don't say that, I never even thought of that.
right.
What I'm thinking is he's running for no reason, and
Mhm,
then these guys happen to be in the area because he hides.
right.
If he knows they're there, he wouldn't be hiding,
Mhm. Yeah, that's
right?
a fair point. Yep.
Right? But your storyline makes more sense and more believable that he's following these guys because he needs to know to go somewhere. I don't know why he needs to go somewhere. His storyline doesn't do shit, right?
Hire
He
me as
could,
a writer. I'll I'll give
yeah,
the context.
yeah, right. I because his character doesn't make any sense to be in the story. He
Yep.
doesn't bring any value to the story. Now, people can say, well, at the end, the last two episodes, you haven't seen it yet. Maybe he's an integral character. Why is he not an integral character from the beginning?
They don't know because
What
they don't
happened
know how to
was,
tell.
here's what happened. The woman that he was in love with in season 1 bounced and left the show, and now
Mhm.
they're stuck with this character.
Yep.
Now they're stuck trying to make a story for this character, so they're shoehorning him into the big battle next episode, probably.
Maybe that's where he'll die and we won't see him again.
One can only hope.
Yeah.
That's the problem when you go and insert new storylines and new characters that did
Your
not
own
belong in the
original
lore.
character.
Yeah,
Yep.
because you now have no exit strategy.
Yep.
Because all the characters that are written in Tolkien's story have an exit strategy because the story's already been laid out.
Mhm.
When you go insert your own BS and things go sideways, you're like, oh, now what do we do?
Yep.
We had this love story that we wanted to develop, and now that actor left because their agent probably said, get out of this ship before it sinks
Yep.
because your career's going down the drain with this show,
Yep.
right? And so now they're stuck with this. I do not give a rat's ass about this character storyline, not the actor. I don't know nothing about the actor. But
Yep.
this character, I don't care for at all.
Does not
Whatever.
add anything to this show.
So here we are. Now we see this big old scene of Region.
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 Sounds like a Pokemon.
This does remind me. Oh, not him, but this, the storyline does remind me of um, Lord of the Rings, Tolkien. Peter Jackson's scenic shots. That
Yeah.
was a nice shot. I don't mind that.
I swear
And
this season they took a lot of that and they started using it.
yeah, they're like, we should show rest of Lord of
Y-
the Rings lore.
Yes, because in the first season that was not really excuse me, that wasn't really a thing. It
No,
was all
even the village that they were in with Black Elf and his hot
yeah.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
It was like six houses, and
That's it.
that was a village,
Yeah.
right? Then we have your favorite actor or character, Celebrimbor.
Celebrimbor.
Oh my god, he's like, maybe they're telling him to act like this, but the character is such a wuss.
Oh
Ah,
yeah.
and then he's got a smoking metal here.
Yeah,
None of these none of these characters on the side add any value. They just
no.
stand there.
Those are his servants technically,
His
right?
minions.
Like yeah. He's complaining right now.
He looks like the Keebler elf. Makes cookies.
Yeah. He's like, none of this is good. This is all garbage.
And then thirsty blonde girl. Well,
Why is there a rat? Did you
It's a
see
mice.
that? There
It's
was a mouse.
It's a mouse. And maybe they should, do some sanitization, clean the place up.
I mean, it's elves. They should be more proper, right?
Yeah, this is not the dwarves' cave.
No.
This is a beautiful city that they've developed with irrigation. Right? Shouldn't they not have pesticide control on the side?
Maybe. I mean, I might be reaching too
Maybe
far.
sauna attracts rodents.
That this is like a symbol of the deterioration of Eregion and Celebrimbor.
See, they should have brought you as a writer. Then he's got thirst traps all around him.
Yeah, he pissed.
One thing I'll give him here. Everybody has long hair here.
Just wait.
I know. Let me enjoy this moment. I was like, okay. I can get past all of the other stuff, but they have long hair. I'll give them that. Remember, that was my biggest gripe.
Yes.
Just give them a goddamn long hair. I'll get over the other stuff.
The one thing that bothers Elvin the most about this show is
It's long hair.
long with short
The
hair.
lack thereof. It's the one thing I just want from elves to all have long hair.
Long hair. Yeah.
Just give me that.
Yeah. You know, that's a good point. That's honestly, that's a really good point, especially with the black elves that they got going on and their short hair. It's like, why are you trying to differentiate them? They should have long hair. You know, it made me think about that watching this episode because they featured them quite a bit this time, and I was like, why are you trying to make
an Asian dude in this picture here got long hair?
He's got long hair. Yeah.
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense.
I don't know if people know Asians, but a lot of Asian people don't have long hair. It's only like the southern part of Asia. Sometimes you'll get some people with long hair. A lot of them, like Filipinos, Chinese, they don't like long hair up to their shoulder, and that's about it.
That's it. Yeah.
Right. So, whatever. I'm fine with this long hair. They look really out of place though. They don't look elvish, like royalty or proud or like a superior race. They look like insecure. I don't know what to do. Maybe it's just I don't know. Maybe just because Celebrimborn's there, they feel.
Well, I think this is the way they kind of set it up now, right? Like leading into this, that in the last episode, Celebrimbor was like, "You're going to work night and day, nonstop, like until we get things perfected." And I think this is that result of that is them being kind of washed out, tired, looking gross, like not what normal elves normally look like, even as a smith. Like they're not dirty like that typically. So
no, I don't know. I don't know if they're supposed to lose. Like, is he supposed to like lose it?
I that's what it's coming across as, is that he is kind of losing his mentality a little bit. He needs to perfect these rings for men for some odd reason, even though he knows that that men don't really deserve it. I don't know why he's trying to make it that perfect. It's Sauron getting in his head, right?
So Thirsty Girl's like, you don't remember my name? Sauron does. Sauron does. Right?
Yeah.
No, she didn't say that. I just added it there.
I know you did.
And then we have Boss Dude come in here. Where is he? He walks in. He got a new outfit.
Yeah, he's got the drip going, man.
My new outfit comes in, tells him to shut up. He's like, that meme. Look at me. I am the captain
now. Yeah.
That's what it is now.
Yeah.
Right. And he's like, "Where's my hammer? What are you, Thor? Hammer? Where's my hammer?"
Yeah. We're starting to see Celebrimbor kind of lose his mind. He's forgetting names. He's forgetting where his hammer is, even though it's right in front of him. But it makes me wonder if this is Sauron playing mind games with him, or if this is actually just his mind starting to crack because of Sauron's influence.
It could be a bit of both. And I'm okay with that.
Right.
To me, this is interesting. Right? It's somewhat interesting that this guy's cracking.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if this is part of the lore and his actual facts that he was going through all this.
Right.
But okay, even if it's not, at least it's something worth watching. You know what I mean? Like,
this is probably by far the most interesting thing we've seen in Rings of Power so far.
Which is sad, but still, we'll take something, right?
Yeah.
So he's just like,
I mean, I kind of like his acting here because he does feel like he is lost. Like he's just
nervous breakdown.
Right? Like he's so entranced in his
anxiety.
Yeah. Yes, that's the word. Thank you. And he's got anxiety over this.
Yeah. And this guy, he's playing his part too. He's cold here. Just cold, dead-eyed, right?
Again, this episode, you nailed it. He's been so cold in this episode compared to any other episode we've watched. And we love it. Yeah. Like it feels like their acting got elevated a little bit more in this episode, which is sad to see.
That it took this long. I think McKay, whatever, said, "Oh shit, our ratings are going down. Guys, can you really step it up?"
Yeah. Yep.
And there it is. Hammer. So notice this hammer, right? This is like Wish.com hammer, right? Just keep foreshadowing for what we're going to talk about later,
Right.
right? This is Wish.com hammer. So who does? He is one of the greatest Elfsmiths in the world, and he's got that. That's like you gifted the training elves to start off their career. This is what he uses to create the rings of power.
Yeah, you would think as like a high level smith, somebody that's celebrated in their elvish culture, that he would have better tools, better high quality, high graded, fancy tools.
I love how he doesn't blink. This guy,
yeah,
so good.
He keeps that.
Yeah, just that cold,
stare.
calculated.
Yeah,
I've got a plan in mind, and I'm going to see through it.
Yep.
You gotta give credit what's due, right? And
yeah,
like
exactly. That. We don't hate all the time, guys. Just
no.
like 90% of the time we hate.
Like I said, if they didn't put, if they just said this is just a fantasy movie or show with no attachment to Rings of Power, it probably would have done pretty well.
Yeah,
because there's nothing to call back on to see if they're accurate or not.
Yeah,
you would have been able to get away with way more.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
They could have said not the Rings of Power TV show, and we'll be okay with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, boy, yeah, he yells and screams at him.
Yeah, this is where he's telling them like his people are requesting an audience with him. I think this is where it's at, and he's just like, no, I can't. Like my responsibility are these rings. My most important responsibility are these rings. Like, please go talk to them.
Yeah. So he goes and he tells them to go talk to them, or maybe he tells them to represent me. He tells him to represent me, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, this dude comes on and goes, I have all the power now.
I'm the new office manager.
Yeah.
Please talk to me only. Don't forget the other guy.
Okay, so why is there only like 25 people here?
Yeah, I thought there'd be more. Unless this is just his work crew and everybody else is just kind of living in their city shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe. But none of them are holding tools or they just look like tools instead of holding tools.
Jesus, so harsh. They're just doing their job, man. Leave the people alone.
I don't think the two soldiers in the middle are doing that.
Yeah, I don't know why they're there.
No, we know why they're there. I'm gonna get to this. This is the worst part of the show so far.
Okay? Right. Yep. Yeah. You're right.
This is the part that's just hot trash. Anyways, he's like blah 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 blah. I don't care. I'm in charge now. And then thirsty girl here goes, hey, don't you have something to tell him?
Yeah, just like it's like kids in a classroom. Like, tell the teacher.
No, you do it. No, you do it. Okay, fine. This guy looks like he's so afraid to tell.
He does. You look, the look on his face was like, oh, okay. Listen, buddy, my lord, we have an issue.
My lord, me lord.
There'd be a problem at the gate.
Garth, how you doing?
Hey.
My lord. All right, fine. He looked like he just pooped his pants, right?
Yes, yeah. I mean, if an emissary of the Valar came in front of me and you have bad news to give him, I feel like I'd do the same, man.
So anyways, they take him. Okay, so
this is right at the front gates, like the entrance to their city.
Wide open.
Let her rip, Elvin. Let her rip.
Here we go. So, my lord, I have to tell you and show you something. It is of the utmost importance. What is it? Well, it's this corpse here, you see.
Yep.
That has some sort of inscription on it.
Right at the front of our gates, where everybody can see.
Okay, so this looks bad here. Holy son of a bitch. Where did you find this body? We found it outside, and we brought it here. Okay, make sure nobody sees this body.
No one.
Sir, we are at the front gates, and there's no cover on this man. Everybody behind us can see everything.
You would think
that too late for that.
You would think that would cause a little bit more alert, and that would be the first thing they would say to him.
My thing is, why do they not just cover this person first? And it's just sort of like a universal thing when someone dies. You cover them up.
Yes.
in any part of the world you go, pretty much you cover them up for respect,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I'm sure they in this lore would have something like this. Not
Yeah.
have a dead body just sitting in a bench.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure these elves wouldn't allow that to happen. Like even they have respect for the deceased, you know?
Look at how the body's positioned. They didn't even have it flat on the bed.
No. I don't know if bodies can stay in positions like that once they're gone. I'm pretty sure they would just fall flat and not sit in this weird position that this dude is in.
Even after he says nobody should see this, they just literally lift them up so everyone else can see have a better look.
It makes me wonder what they did with that body. If they just threw him back out into the forest, or if they
the
threw
water.
him into the damn forge and was like, let's just turn this dude into ash.
No respect, no cover. Even after he says, make sure nobody sees it. All the kids in the back, they're playing. They all saw it.
Mm-hmm.
The mom and dad that are getting groceries at the corner market saw it.
The
Everybody
elves banging
saw
in the
it.
tower saw it. Like it's happening, man.
Everybody in the tower saw it. They all saw it. There's no discretion here.
No.
Look how wide this court is. Everybody in the back can see that.
Wait, is this even the entrance? Wait, hold on. That's the entrance to the forge, which means they carried this body through the front gates, through the city, to the forge.
Well, you don't know that, Sheldon. The showrunner might have said otherwise.
My bad. Of course. My apologies. Amazon knows better than I do.
Now he has to tell her that, hey, I'm in charge now. We don't need to tell him.
Yep.
Like she's basically saying we should tell Celebrimbor, and he's like, no. He's put me in charge.
Yeah.
We need to tell him anything.
He's like, let him focus on the rings. That is his utmost important. He doesn't want to be disturbed.
Yeah.
And she's like, yes, daddy. Of course.
Like, so I love your new outfit.
Just twirling the hair. And notice me.
He's blowing a bubble gum. It's so bad.
Oh, good Lord.
And he's like, don't worry. When he's dead, this place will be all ours. And you and me, we're going to live good.
You'll be my new Galadriel. Oh, damn.
I'm surprised she still hasn't slapped him from saying that. What'd you call me? I have a name. Do you know?
Hey, man, she accepted it the first time he said it, so she's just gonna run with it. You know
what is this? Put a ring on it moment?
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
He's very clingy. He's more like a harassment case coming.
Very, very touchy with this one female elf. You know,
like there's got to be HR somewhere around the corner here going. Like, hey, man, I know she works for you, but.
You can't be touching her like that.
Come on, man. Please, for the
respect.
Be a professional, for God's sakes. Oh man. Anyways, so we get him to climb up this beautiful patio. That'd be a great place to have like a patio party.
All right,
get some drinks. It's a good patio here. Look, we got fire there.
It's nice and bright.
Look at the view.
That's a very nice view.
Have some drinks in the patio here. Nice view. And then he's got this sinister face. And then meat's back on the menu, boys.
Oh, boy.
This is your scene. Take it away. I love this guy.
This is Adar and Galadriel just having a flirtatious conversation.
Good balance of, fruits.
For an orc diet, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Considering they only eat meat.
Yeah, I was well, I mean, maybe it's because he hasn't turned fully, maybe. He's still considered an elf realistically. So he can still enjoy these kind of foods.
Yeah, he's not on the Play-Doh was it Play-Doh diet?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then we got her perfectly dressed, not a hair out of place.
Not dirty at all.
Nope, cleaned up.
Even though she fought a bunch of orcs before this.
Yeah.
They're like, you can take a bath, and then we'll do this thing.
We'll fix your hair.
And is she too good for the food? Like, she doesn't even touch the food.
Dude, I'd be hungry as heck.
Hell yeah.
Maybe she thinks maybe she thinks that he's going to poison her.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you want to skim this? Like, just kind of talk about what they're saying here.
Yeah, so they're just realistically at this point, they're just trying to figure out like how they can work together and like it's literally her. He's talking about her obsession with Sauron, where he was captured. All she had was this fire focus of finding Sauron and getting rid of him, taking him out. And how they're like they both were manipulated by him at that point. Like they were promised things and things never happened. So that's what this scene is kind of encapsulating right now. And she's forced to feed on her own like truths at this point from him.
So they're having a conversation here about joining forces.
Yes. Yeah. At that point.
Which is so odd. Because she just slayed a bunch of his guys.
Yeah.
And they were trying to kill her. So what if they did accomplish that?
Sauron would rule the world, man. Like I mean, he clearly sees her as an asset, though. There is. I think, like, I think that's what we're seeing in this, and why he saved her, because she has those ties with Sauron. So does he. So I feel like he considers that an asset.
But here's the thing, though: why trust each other?
The enemy of my enemy is my friend, kind of thing, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Again, this is another character that they created. This character does not even exist.
Yeah, he's gonna be dead by the end of season 2, I think.
It appears you've killed all my men. Shall we team up? Good old team ups. I love them. All right, so let's forward through this nonsense.
Right. Yeah. This was interesting. So this is the crown of Morgoth, which they thought was gone. I guess they figured, Morgoth's gone, the crown is gone. And he's literally explaining to her that this is with this and like her rings, we can have the power to finally be rid of Sauron for good. And he's like, this is what I used also to kill Sauron. And she's like, well, if he was dead, why is he still around? Like, kind of just
didn't do the job, did you now?
On his bullshit, man.
Why didn't she just take this and stab him?
Again, it's the writing.
So okay, let's just say they've hashed out a plan. They want to team up, which they want to. Right? They want to do that. Cool. All right. He has a habit of always unlocking his prisoners. Always. Why lock him in the first place?
He wants to build trust, Elvin. He wants that relationship to have a foundation.
Right. A nice scene here.
Yes.
Numenor, a la Lord of the Rings.
This is literally ripped from Gondor, man.
Right. I thought it was Gondor when I first saw it.
Honestly, when I saw the tree, I was like, "Oh, are we in Gondor all of a sudden?" Yeah. But I don't think Gondor was even established during that time. So,
yeah, we get the hall here, the Great Hall of another storyline.
That doesn't mean anything.
I don't care.
It does not mean anything. Yeah.
This is simply just to extend the show.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
To give you that hour that you deserve. This guy's being tried at council, and they're asking him to renounce. Why would he?
Renounce his crimes and pledge loyalty to Pharazôn is what they want him to do. It's interesting with Elendil's character. We saw him start off as somebody who didn't believe in the faith, didn't care for any of that stuff. It was just like, be loyal to the kingdom and to who's in charge, and we go about our ways. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, after the fight, he was like, oh, I believe now. Like, I have my faith in there, and you're my queen, and you're the true. Dude flipped like a coin, man.
So you got the 4 henchmen here. These guys look just like geriatrics. Like oh my god, there's no ounce of belief in that they're actually villainous.
Yeah.
It's just more of a comical gathering.
Yeah, it feels more like the Riddler. Like, that menace of the Riddler. That's what it feels like. Yeah. It's okay. Don't throw up, man. It's all right. Swallow it.
I want to. I just. Yeah, I want to barf. So this guy, what's his name in the middle here?
Farazan.
Yeah, Farazan is telling him, "Do all these things, and we'll forgive you." Why? You just killed one of his soldiers in front of him.
Yep.
Just hang the guy, move on. What is he gonna do for you? Nothing.
Nothing.
This one guy is not gonna make a difference in your plan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know why. Because they want him to lead because he's still a revered captain among his soldiers.
Yeah.
You
He's
just
also
told-
the father of Isildur, so he is kind of important because he does lead the charge in the final battle, in the last battle with the men and the elves against him. So he is somewhat important, not that important.
Well, they're trying to make it important by telling this story here.
Yeah, give him that backstory to make it seem like
which
this
is all
is why he was
BS.
the king before Isildur. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just to try to give him a backstory so that you'll be impressed with the amazing backstory that they've given you.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know.
Yo, Michael's like, why is Dooku in Rings of Power? Jesus.
Oh yeah, right there. Dooku. Then we have the extra. You know what? I don't mind the extras. They're cool people.
They
sit
remind me of like political
40
people that were in Hercules and Kevin Sorbo's Hercules.
Did he just get like an Indian freaking ash all over his forehead or something?
I didn't even notice that. Yeah, it looks like he did.
Yeah. Did he just announce himself to?
Was that in the last scene?
No, I don't know. Want to go back to the last scene?
Kind of. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
So they just added it on?
Maybe he wiped his hands, okay? Or his forehead. He wiped his forehead. Give him a break. He's sweating.
White powder stuff.
I love this guy's eyebrows. It just like curls right.
They sharp as hell, bro.
Woo! You like handlebars? How about these wings? So yeah, anyways, he's just all up in that. He's just all goodness.
He's so smug about it too. Like, I kind of like it though.
It's overacting, isn't it?
I kind of dig it though. I like it. Kind of makes him seem like a real piece of crap, and it's wonderful.
It's the lads. Hello.
Oh, it's bath time.
Hello. The professor is here.
Yes, our Lord Daddy.
Anyways, so back to this. Yeah, see, look, does he not look like a high priest or something?
Does, yeah.
Oh, he is praying to Shiva.
They forgot about the Indian elves. That's what happened.
No, just wait. Hang tight. They're coming in season 3. I'm telling you. No. Instead, we got the Harfoot. Remember that?
Yes.
Akash.
Yes. Akash. Oh Lord.
No offense to anybody's name is Akash. There's like 1 million of them from India.
Oh God.
Yeah. Look and see. I knew it. Yeah.
I hate everything. Numenor, they all act with the intelligence and fidelity of the minions from Despicable Me. Oh God.
On point.
Great.
That time. On point, man. That's right. Anyways, let's skip through this nonsense. Oh, take him away. You'll never take me away.
He's like, you'll never be my royal person. The queen is a true. And I hate his daughter so much.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. He does things to my bits. Yahadi.
I mean, she's
You're
not wrong. You're not wrong.
I'm saying this with the most respect. I just think the character they wrote, which is another character that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
they brought her in. The Isildur never had a sister in the lore. They never talked about a sister.
They did not. No.
Or as bad time, you can tell us for sure because you're very well versed in Lord of the Rings. They wrote a terrible character for her.
She's really over the top, man. You know, in season 1, she was basically it felt like in season 1 she was almost non-existent. Like she didn't really matter. And now in this season, this is the only time we've seen her matter. They needed a character to kind of give him some sort of family ties, and it's like we were once together and now we're kind of apart because of our different ideologies all of a sudden. Like, I don't know, man. And for her, it's just like, I'm in power now. I can do whatever I want.
You read this one. I set up the next scene here.
The only good thing I'll say about Numenor is I thought it was a nice mirror when young Durin said he didn't want to humiliate his dad, the king, and something similar is happening in Numenor. Yeah, that's a fair point.
So what are they reading in this book here?
So I believe these are the laws of the faith that they are following, because a lot of, according to this show in Numenor, a lot of them still are very much a part of the faith. Like a large portion of them. Yeah.
Okay. Then we get to this.
Ah, yes.
Not so Gandalf.
Yeah, and Tom Bombadil.
Their version of Tom.
Yes.
Let's not degrade Tolkien's lore. Tommy and good old Gandhi here, Gandalfi, are hanging out, having a little bit of some of that spiritual tea.
Oh yeah, you know there's shrooms in that tea.
They put a lot of blush on him.
Yeah, I don't know why
those cheeks are not red naturally.
No, they're really accentuated for no reason.
Yeah.
So,
anyways, and why is he wearing a woman's garb?
Okay.
What are they trying to do with this?
I thought this was just a giant nightgown he was wearing, but
it looks like a woman's garb.
Yeah, it does. Maybe he just doesn't care. Maybe that's
Tom. Are they trying to hint at a transgender wizard? I got no issues with that, but is that what you're trying to aim at here? Because that's what's looking like to me. Is he Tom or is he not Tom? Like, or he's in between? I don't know. Like, pick a side here. Like, you can't just take a character that he had and decide to just mix it.
Yeah.
So Tommy here is getting ready, and they go on this beautiful picnic. I mean, ride. Another couple thirst right here. They try to skew it.
Yeah. Is that okay? Were those the immortals, or is that supposed to be Gandalf and Tom?
I do not know. Oh, it is.
Oh, it is the immortals. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, my bad. I thought it was those two. Good enough. Another story I don't care about.
Nori.
You probably like this, right?
Oh yeah. There was a great love scene that was set up in this too, which was so impactful. It made me feel so many emotions. I was so happy. Gandalf is having a chat with Tom Bombadil in the desert about saving Proto-Hub. It's so because they were like at that in that scene they were talking about Gandalf was talking about mastering the secret fire, and Tom's like, "Why do you need to master it?" Because Gandalf had some sort of vision about Nori getting hurt or whatever, and he's trying to decide what to do at this point. He needs power. And now we get to Nori, who's talking about, "Oh, it's all my fault. I shouldn't leave." Yeah, it is your fault. If you didn't get there, they would not be in trouble. Obviously, it's your fault. Good Lord.
And then, do you remember in the beginning when this woman just hated these guys? And locked them up? Yeah.
And
now she's sharing secrets and stories.
She's like, "Hey, you're my best friend. Dap me up, bro." Like
the 180 of characters in this show is unbelievably quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so like boom.
Yeah.
Anybody and everybody can switch sides like that with the snap of a finger.
Like, just because you're somewhat related doesn't mean you should still trust a person like 100% full bore. You know, they brought bad people to your place. You don't know who they are. Things could have changed over time for their family to be completely different than what you remembered them being.
Oh, I'm gonna get to this one. This was so cringe. I'm gonna get to that. Hold on. I'm gonna get to this.
What? Wait.
Hold on. I'm gonna get to that in a second.
Okay.
Hold on, Beth. For me, like this relationship in the beginning was very toxic. She did not trust her, as she should. The stranger coming into their place.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? She got backhanded by a soldier of this desert. She went flying, almost dislocated her jaw, probably, right? Because metal hitting her face. And they were told that if you find them, make sure you bring them to us. They're sitting in broad daylight, hanging around, having a chat.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think one of the persons in the village would have ratted them out?
Right.
right? They're putting she's putting her whole town at risk for lying.
Although, actually, I don't know if they would, because if you kind of think back to the Lord of the Rings, the extended cut, there was a scene where like the Nazgul took one of the hobbits and was like, "Where are they?" And he was like, "I don't know." They kind of have some resilience against people that are not from their area.
Hmm.
So maybe
Again, you're trying to give them more.
I am giving them an excuse.
Which
I am giving
okay.
them an excuse, but I'm trying to give a little bit of good to this show to give them some credence, even though there's no context behind why.
Okay, let's fire through this here. I don't care about
Yeah.
any of this.
This is just them. Yeah.
Here we go. Here. Okay. This is the wildest scene ever. She is holding and they're extracting venom
Oh, they
from
are.
obviously a venomous snake.
Okay, I didn't even notice that, to be honest. When I was watching this, I was not paying attention to that.
I was literally like yelling at the screen. I'm like, what the hell is this? Okay.
Okay, so that's what bad time was talking about.
There's two ways you can go about this. One, the snake is still alive,
Right.
that means it's highly venomous and you should be very careful. Even the greatest snake wranglers are very careful.
Yeah.
Like let's say it's a viper or a king brown snake, one of the most deadliest snakes in the world, right? Let's say it's alive. There's no way someone is going to take their eye off that snake.
No.
Okay. 2, the snake is dead. It's still something that you would not want to take your eye off because it's still disgusting and gross and still could be dangerous because the fangs are still poisonous.
Right.
A drop of venom on your skin could still be dangerous.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And these two start making out.
Yeah. It was kind of gross. Like, they just love each other, man. Hey, it's just two lovebirds. They're so into each other.
There's 3 in there, actually. It's a threesome. Oh my god! And she's got the stupid acorns on her head. Get it off you! You look stupid.
Yeah, I was like, those are bedazzled acorns. I don't think they had bedazzling in those times.
But then again, I look at this guy's haircut. That's probably better than his haircut.
Yep. It's way too fancy for how they're living.
They show the tree that then cut to 2 love interests with the woman holding a snake. I can't see beyond Adam and Eve. Are these 2 going to be the founders of the Hobbits? Yeah, great point. That is an awesome point. Yeah, the forbidden fruit.
Are these 2 going to be the founder? I hope that they don't be the founder of the Hobbits. That'd be kind of crazy, man.
Look, she's laughing and having a good old time with the deadliest snake in the freaking Shire.
And this dude dumb as hell.
Hands. Now she's putting the snake down, not even looking. Oh my god.
It's very irresponsible. Very irresponsible.
How romantic.
Kissing
next to a deadly snake.
Hey man, whatever floats your boat. You know what I'm saying? Do you. I ain't one to judge.
If they go on a trek and Poppy starts talking about him the way Sam does about Rosie, I'm going to be really unhappy.
You know what's gonna happen, right? Like that's exactly.
I'm telling you about time. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna be a thing. They probably will be the founders of the Hobbits of the Shire. Just you watch. She's got that Samwise Gamgee build.
So why aren't they all tanned?
Oh, that's a good point. It diluted over the years.
How come nobody's got that hairdo that my boy right here from Southern Asia got? My Sri Lankan Hobbit. Why does he not have one?
They got diluted over the years, man. That's what happened.
Akash is getting it. You know what? Kudos to Akash though, getting it with the white girl. So good on you for mixed racing here.
Female Samwise.
And she's still holding that snake, by the way.
She got skill.
She ain't holding his snake.
She gripping
she
hard.
Holding a snake.
She gripping hard, man. That's why they didn't have to worry about the snake. She got that grip, the vice.
She holding the snake, all right.
That was his first kiss.
Well, with the hair, of course. Right?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't get a real name till like 1 or 2 years ago, according to that scene. That's definitely 100% his first kiss. 100%.
They're 100% going to be back.
You know what? Bad time. I kind of thought about that. Nori does have that kind of took adventurous personality from what they said back in the day, and I can see Nori being the ancestor of the Tokes. Yeah,
which they want you to.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good point.
So, anyways, she's harsh crushing on it, and maybe Nori's upset because they had a thing. Maybe the two of them. I mean, with the way the show's going, why not? Let's just think out the box, right?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe the two of them had an interest, and maybe now she's like, I'm gonna go and bat for the other team, and she's like, "Oh, what?
Yeah,
you biatch!" Right?
Can't believe it. You broke my trust. I love
because
you.
you can look and see the unhappiness in Nori's face right there. It's like,
Poppy
really,
looks
bro?
concerned.
I thought we had something here.
Yeah, and Poppy looks hella concerned right there. She's like, please don't do this.
I'm sorry to break it to you, but I like a gosh.
Yeah. The Indian man turned her.
He got that snake though. What? She was holding a snake. I'm not saying anything wrong, am I?
No, not at all. She was.
I should have changed that thumbnail.
What is she holding? What is she
I
holding?
should have
now,
changed
though?
that thumbnail to that snake though.
Oh, just that grip on the snake.
But spinning is better though. And we'll get to that in a bit.
Oh Lord.
So we got this. You know what? I like good shots from camera angles and stuff. This is a nice shot. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. We got Tommy here, Tommy boy,
and Gandalf.
And Gandalf here. Gandalf's like, "What the hell are we?" And Tommy's like, "This is where all forest fires start from."
And we're slow to respond. Yeah.
I strike a match and let the world burn. That's why Tommy's been around for so long. He restarts things.
Preventing forest fire, kids. Like, let's go.
You can see that. What's that? Smoking the Bear at the other
Yes,
side?
that's the one.
He's like, no.
Him and Tom are like opposite ends of each other.
Screw you, Tom.
Hi, Smokey. Just gonna light a match now. Goodbye.
You thought Sauron's bad. This guy's worse.
Does it for the enjoyment.
You want to read this? I'll be back in a second here.
For sure. So giving Tom Gandalf's Lord of the Ring dialogue with the wrong context was so annoying, but then he does the first Batman homage and disappears while Gandalf's like, yeah, he does. That was kind of gold though. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, all right, we saw some real magic come out of Tom. That was interesting. Yeah, but for those of you that haven't watched it, in this scene, they're kind of talking about how the Dark Wizard got his staff, and like Sauron on the other side doing his thing, and he's telling Gandalf, "Hey, this is where you're gonna get your staff. You just have to find the right one and pick one." And Gandalf cries about this because he's like, "This could take months. This could take years. How would I know what's the right fit for me?" And we're just like, I don't know, bro. Figure it out. But Tom tells him, he's like, you got to believe. You got to believe in the heart of the secret fire. And that's how you're going to get your, I know exactly how Gandalf gets his stab. It's so telegraphed. Yeah. It's, I think we have an idea as to how it's going to go down because he's all worried about Nori. And he can't make a decision as to whether he needs to spend time finding his staff, which will allow him to control his magic and be more powerful. He's going to go back and save Norn, the Hobbit, Petra, and use the party tree. Yeah, more than likely, that's exactly how it's going to go down. Because Tom essentially just let him know what the choices were. You either follow the secret, the secret of the flame, the path of that, and find your staff, or you go back to Nori. And you can't come back. You can't choose a split path or like both paths to do your thing. So Yeah, this is exactly more than likely what's going to happen by the time you're predicting that, and it's probably more than likely going to happen. So we'll see what happens there. And then after he explains that, he's like, okay, well, you got to figure out. Gandalf looks into the trees and he turns around and Mr. Tom is gone all of a sudden. The flame imperishable? No, not quite. I've heard of it, but if you want to expand on that, you can.
So, shall we continue?
Of course.
So he says, go in this vast forest
Of deadwood.
a deadwood, to find your deadwood. Does he not see how big this place is?
It's huge.
Did he not tell Tom what his purpose was? Is to save 2 people?
Mm-hmm.
This could take him literally months.
And that's what he's crying about. That, like, he's like, Tom, how do I do this? He's like, well, you just got to go find it. Believe in the secret flame and go find it.
Yes, the god of Eru, yeah. Eru.
Iluvatar. Yeah, okay, yes. I know Eru Iluvatar. He is the god, of the Middle Earth. That's what it was. Okay. Gotcha.
There you
Understood.
go. He's like, say what? You won't like look at the face of not so Gandalf.
Yeah, he's so flabbergasted, man.
I just told you there are people I have to rescue, and you're gonna tell me to go through this? Like I can't. I'm waiting for Gandalf just to punch Tom in the face. Right?
Yeah.
Like you bastard.
It's like, just point me out a stick that's mine and let me go, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I don't got time for that. Like, what are you doing?
There we go. That's a good point. Morgoth extra can't create life, so creation is linked to sin in the Middle Earth.
Right.
Thank you. And being a servant of fire means you faithfully serve God. See?
Got it.
Tommy Boy's like, yeah, sorry, bro. I can't help you. Your ass is grass.
So essentially, based off what we've just learned right now, they're kind of having Gandalf go off that path. Because in the Lord of the Rings movies, he did state that that he is a servant of the secret fire. And this is him kind of going. I don't know if they're trying to get him off that path to then come back to that path. I have no idea. We're gonna have to wait and see realistically.
So how'd Tommy Boy do a Batman trick?
He's magic. He is the eldest. Remember that. He can just do things. He's the first.
All right, we're all over the place. So this episode is going back everywhere.
Just like the show.
Ooh.
Just like the show. It's all over the place, man.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Unlike the previous shows where they would have certain storylines and then go to the next episode with the different storylines, they've sort of hodgepodge all the storylines here.
Yeah.
Right?
This is what I've been saying since we started doing this show is they jump around way too much. It almost feels disconnected, and it doesn't leave you immersed in what's going on with certain people's stories.
So I have a theory why this episode has everything.
Talk to me.
They're running out of time.
Okay.
I think what happened was when they started season 2, they had a different frame mind of what they wanted to do. After they heard how terrible season 1's ratings were and how people didn't like it, they went and started changing it up. You can tell halfway through changes are happening. They're giving certain storylines longer leads. Some of them are cutting short.
Yeah.
And then here you can see they're like, oh, hey, we got 3 episodes left. Let's just cram everything in now. Let's go. Right? We'll give a little bit to this guy, a little bit of that guy, a little bit of that guy, and let's put it all together into big war.
Because you know what character was not featured at all in this episode?
Sorry.
Isildur.
Sorry, say that again?
Isildur was not anywhere in this episode.
No.
I almost feel like he's not.
Elrond too.
Yeah, and Elrond. I don't think they know how to fill in their stories as to like what's going on in these parts right now.
You know the crazy thing? They're the 2 most important characters.
Yep. And they're being left behind.
They're carted to the side.
Yep. The side characters are getting more airtime than the main characters of this
New
story.
random created characters are getting more light.
Yeah. They really want their viewers to care about these non-existent characters.
Yeah, because they're so proud that they created them. Adar, you must love him because we created him for you guys.
Yeah.
What's Batham saying? Yes, we last saw Isildur and Andor, and he turns up himself to find a map outside of area again.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all this gold.
It's the taxation happened.
Baller, wanna be a shot caller?
I didn't think this is from his own people. It's not even from other dwarves yet. I don't even know if he's even given the rings to the other dwarven lords yet. We have no clue.
Don't know. Time travel or fast travel.
I like
in games, it exists in Lord of the Rings now.
Hey man, I'm for it. If it moves this show along faster so we can stop watching it, I'm all for it.
That's a positive way of looking at it. I like it.
Oh damn.
Like, oh my god, the great distances mean nothing.
Nah.
It means nothing. You just show up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just open that portal, and here he is, by himself.
I like that his dad was like, yeah, I wasn't the one that called you. This guy did. And he turns on and Duran's just like, oh my god, it's you.
the one I'm talking shit about.
Surprise!
Look at this. Yeah, all right. Anyways.
Yeah.
So he's like, we need your help. We need some Mithril.
What did Bath Time say? I was fine with Sarnaprine because at least he can be slain away. See, you would think that, Bath Time, but then he doesn't disappear. He walks out. If it was a projection, the projection shouldn't be walking out. It should just disappear realistically. I thought this was kind of neat. I dug the CGI graphic that they did because he's the only one that can foresee that and he can like sense it, but the others can't. We're getting to that point where those dwarves are gonna get butt rucked by that thing.
But here's the thing to that, right? They don't give us as an audience to see it.
Mm-hmm.
How do I know it's a projection? Show me it.
Yeah.
Like, make him disappear as he's walking out.
Do what they did in episode 8 of Star Wars, where Luke force projected himself and we could see him doing that to the battlefield. I hate that movie. But have us see that happen, you know?
Give it to me straight and give it to me raw.
Yeah.
I can never get that line. So anyways, King says no to what's his name?
To Sauron. Yeah. He's like, I'm not giving you any more mithril.
Yeah.
You're on your own.
So, okay, with Bombadil had more explanation of being a projector because Bombadil, we already know he's a wizard, right? We know he's a wizard, and then he's a trickery. But even that should have been flushed out for the average viewer, right? Which that's why I said, like, when he disappeared, I was like, okay, why did it disappear? If I'm an average viewer, I'm like, how did it just disappear?
Right.
But because of him being a wizard, and he's been flushed out as a trickery wizard, and he can do things like magic. Because you see a little bit of that glimpse from the other episodes. He has,
like
people can put that two together, right?
Right.
With Sauron, it's not about just putting it together. It just makes it more eerie and more villainous.
And it kind of it would show off like the power that he has and able to do that. You know?
Yeah. It just shows how badass he is.
Yeah.
That he walks out and it just disappears.
Mm-hmm.
That is like, oh damn, like this guy came in there, he wasn't really him. He used his powers to show up there. He's able to project himself there and make it believable, right? Like it just amps his villainous powers and aura about him more. It just amps everything up,
right?
That's where I think that that's why I think they should have shown that
of
him doing that.
That's fair.
But again, alas, the writers have no idea. So in this conversation, I can't remember what they're talking about here.
So when he said no to him, and after he left, he was kind of like, "Well, no, it's he'll be back." And they're like, "How do you know he'll be back?" Well, a war's coming to Middle Earth. Our mithril will be most sought after, and they'll want weapons and armor, and we can inflate those prices exponentially because ours is the best. That's that. And Durin is like, "What? Like that doesn't even make like that's not him. That's not his dad." Like now he's kind of freaking out because like this was never what his father was about. He wasn't about that much greed. Uh yeah, and so he's starting to see the change, and he's like, take off that ring. Like, please, for me, take off that ring. Like, show me that the ring doesn't have you in control, that you're in control of this ring. And his daddy's just like, shut up. It's my ring. I do what I want. Don't tell me what to do. And this dude gets backhanded to Kingdom Come, man. Like, I didn't think that dwarf had that much power in him, but the way he brought his pimp hand out and just like smacked him across the world, it was amazing. Look, he's so distraught.
Woo!
Oh. I dug it.
Wait, hold on here. Bombadil isn't a wizard. The most persistent interpretation of him is he's missing part of the creations. Okay, so he may not be a wizard, but he's got a hat of a wizard. He has powers. So he might not be labeled as a wizard, but he's got an aura of
I think that's what Bad Time is trying to point out, I think, is that he because there's no real like confirmation from Tolkien or not. It's at this point what Bad Time is
it up
saying
to the imagination?
Yeah, it's interpretation. So there is a missing part. Like this music of creation is how God made Middle Earth, and there's a part of it that's missing. That Bombadil is that missing part, and that's why magic just seems to kind of be his friend rather than him controlling it or it being a servant to him. Yeah.
Okay.
I get what Bad Time's trying to say. I understand.
I get it too. But if somebody is watching there as a viewer, they would consider him as a wizard. Then
that absolutely, yeah. For people that don't know like the works of Tolkien, Elvin makes a great point that we would think that he is just another wizard person that is just very old. That's it.
So after a boy gets backhanded down to Middle Earth, gets absolutely destroyed. We have her.
Oh, and she angry. Okay. I don't want to stereotype, but you remember all those shows back in the day on like UPN and stuff? That's what the scene felt like.
The old network, huh? UPN.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. 35-year-old dead UPN.
That's what this felt like. It felt like a scene out of one of those UPN shows, and it felt like that.
This guy looks like a dwarf next to her.
Yeah,
he's angry.
I think he's sitting, right? Is he sitting? I don't know.
Look at her. She's scary.
That was terrifying. Her face changed for a minute there. I don't want to be yelled at by her. He doesn't either. Look at his face.
He's scared out of his pants. And what happened to her beard and the mutton chops on the side? It's all gone. She shaved it off.
Mm-hmm. Inconsistencies, man.
She used mithril blade. That's what Gillette gets their blades from.
Yep.
That's a good opportunity for Gillette to get involved, huh?
Yes. Our new mithril cartridges will give you the closest shave possible.
Yes, here we go. So she's all mad. Why is she mad again? Because the daddy backhanded him?
That and he didn't listen to Durin. That he's not acting himself, like he's being way too greedy. She's basically just pissed about the whole situation that went down with Durin and King Durin, realistically. Yeah.
But I mean, realistically, what are they gonna do? They're not the royal family. Well, they are royal family, but he's the king.
Yeah, exactly.
They've tried this act before, and they were told to be beggars, common folks.
Yep.
right? Does she
And
not
this
like
is
a good
during
life?
yeah, and during and in this scene, so Dern is breaking down at this point because like he knows that's not his dad. He knows he's losing his dad to this ring, but he still sees hope that like his dad will still come forward. This is still possibly with some of the best like with the dwarves anyway. They have some of the best chemistry on this set, I think.
That's the closest you're gonna get to a beard.
That little I see the little shading there. Yeah.
Yeah. I guarantee you she refused to put it on. I
You
guarantee
think
you.
so?
Oh yeah, 100%. Or they were scared to give it to her because they don't want to offend black people. But
That
it's
is
not
interesting.
about a black person.
But
It's
it's in the
about a
lore,
dwarf.
so it should not matter. It really should not matter.
Then we get some water from Cabo. Beautiful, beautiful waves. Oh wait, it's not Cabo. It's Numenor that nobody cares about. Got some cool saxophones.
Please, Daddy, reconsider. Please. I love you. We can still be a family together if you serve the king. That's what this is. She begging him hard, man. And he's like, no.
He's
I will
already
do me.
fought. He's already told them to F off in the court. Why would he listen to her? She's already turned and stabbed him multiple times in the back.
Mm-hmm.
There's such a waste of scene and time.
Yeah. Waste of story, man.
And she's crying. You did it to yourself.
Yep. If she didn't take that position or like finked on them with the ball that was happening, none of this would be happening right now.
She caused the whole thing.
Yeah, like you already lost a brother. Now you're about to lose your dad, and that's by your own volition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wasn't thinking about her family then
No.
when she went and sold them out.
Nope.
That's such a rubbish scene. Such a
Yep.
waste. Just, you know what it is? It's to show that she's vulnerable. She's imperfect. She should be felt sorry. This is what they do with all the female characters in this show. They make them all vulnerable at one point and say they're not evil, you know. They just mixed. They're just confused. They should, you know, they have a good side to them.
Mm-hmm.
Pick a side. Either they're bad or they're good, because that's what Tolkien's about. Good versus evil. Come on now.
They don't care, man.
And then she gets up. She's like, you know,
If you won't do it for me, do it for her.
the king was right, or whatever. He's right. And then she just gets into a rage. Look at her.
You're a fool. Yeah, it went from crying to I am now angry at you because you're an idiot and you didn't listen. It's yeah.
And you shall die
Mm-hmm.
at the hands of. Oh wait, who? What? How does she get all the way down here?
By herself.
She touched a lot of walls and they all look the same, feel the same.
Yeah, she got no guides. Even though she needs guides, she's got no guides going on right now.
She doesn't even have a
But
walking
don't worry,
stick.
that'll change in the next few scenes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Let's walk through this. It's
She's
funny
all
how. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna set the scene up, but you go ahead.
For a blind person, she got the best sight.
She has all of it. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, she's basically telling him what?
Basically, just do what we talked about earlier, and just swear fealty to Pharazôn and let Numenor. And this is how Numenor is going to survive. So they like what they're. I feel like what they're implying at this point, and what they're foreshadowing to, is because Elendil didn't follow suit. He's the reason why Numenor got wrecked in the future. I think that's what they're going to be alluding to at this point. It's all his fault.
So touchy scene.
Yep.
Now we get back to the caves again.
Yes.
Doors. And then this is the funniest scene in the world for me.
I like that she's just hanging out looking at the walls.
How does she know they're going to show up there? Or there specifically too? She knows exactly the place.
I think she knew because in the last scene with the Durans, he told, like, the king told Duran to get this dude out and to double his excavation party. I think
Okay.
that's how she was there. Yeah, like they don't directly say it, of course, because they don't do that kind of thing. Amazon doesn't believe in that, but that's the connection that I'm making with that.
And this dude's like, "You gotta leave, otherwise we'll take force." And she's like, and not you ain't touching me.
She
I'm
became
gonna
Black Canary here.
I'm gonna sing here. This all looks so bad.
She didn't even take a deep breath for this scream. It was ah, ah.
This is the reaction to all Tolkien fans when they saw this for the first time. What is this horrible thing? Oh my god. Was she like, if her point was to sing to bring the walls down, would she not die herself?
Yes.
She's
Well,
literally singing above a ceiling. Or
yeah.
sorry, below a ceiling. It would collapse. Wouldn't rocks fall from the top and kill her?
Elvin, you forget she's a stone singer. They've had years of training. They're basically a part of the divine. She,
Sorry.
her screams are controlled to a point that is so like accurate that it doesn't need to happen like that.
So were these the bats that she saw in the cave that she went to?
I was asking myself that same question. I have a feeling it's got to be. So not only can she sing to walls and find where they should be digging, but she can control animals now. She's Dr. Doolittle.
Oh. Ah.
It does make perfect sense. She's Batman.
I'm Batman. So yeah, bats fly and none of them rip her head off. They know exactly who to take on.
They only go after the miners.
Yeah.
The innocent miners that got told what to do by their king.
So in the years and years they've been living in these caves, they never realized these are giant bats sitting somewhere in the caves.
Or that they've never disturbed them before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of all the chipping away and building this massive place, they never realized a single bat lived there.
And it never bothered the bats before this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was very Batman-esque.
And why is she trying to get rid of those guys? They didn't make the decision to do all this. The king told them. So she's putting their lives at risk. What if one of those bats ripped off one of the guys' face? They're just workers.
At that point.
She's a murderer then.
Yes. Yep. That'd be right to jail at that point.
This is why the show just it's so bad on so many levels. From holding a snake to dead body in front of the courtyard to singing in a cave and trying to kill innocent people who are just workers who are just carrying out the king's orders.
Yep.
But there's more. Let's continue, shall we?
And then Duran shows up with an axe, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Let's get to work. It won't hold them for long. They'll be back with more. We must hurry. Hurry and do what, man? Just collapse the cave if you're that worried. I don't know. Put some explosives out there. Crack a freaking thing in the wall. Just collapse the damn cave if you don't want them to dig. You know you can't handle the army that's going to come and try to remove you guys. So collapse the damn cave. I don't understand why they didn't think of that.
My favorite scene. Actually, no, the snake was my favorite scene.
The kaiju. They're coming. Godzilla's ancestor.
So let's paint this picture here. The entire town of 25 people are here, or the kingdom of 25 people are here.
You would think there'd be a bigger audience for this execution.
Maybe they want to keep it intimate.
Maybe I think you're giving them too much credit for this.
I'm just playing devil's advocate like you were earlier. Maybe the royal politicians can only see this. Sort of like how Trudeau does in our cabinets.
Right. Yeah.
Only they can see what they're doing to screw us over.
Of course.
So, So yeah, so we have this beautiful. By the way, great shot location too.
Yeah.
I wonder where this is. If this is a real place, that's a really cool
Oh,
spot.
we know this is CGI. There's no way that spot is real, man. There's no way.
You gotta believe.
It's too
Okay,
perfect.
it's beautiful. The drone shot is nice.
Yes. I actually. I wonder if
What?
it is a real. Makes me wonder if it is a real place now, because like it is pretty. And now that you mentioned that drone shot, I was like, yeah, how would they get that if it wasn't real? But I guess
Don't worry,
I don't know.
I'll look for it. We'll go. We'll do a video from there one day.
Cool,
Once we get to 10,000 subscribers, we'll do a video there.
dope.
Anyways, we got Count Dooku and his apprentices,
Yep,
and then we got him, not so good looking, and then we got at least the armor's there.
it's actual armor.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not cloth.
I can. I'm okay with. Well, hold on, it is and it isn't because what do you call it? If you look at their arms underneath the cape, it's actually cloth.
Yeah, that makes sense though, because I mean that dude is wearing like a metal bracer there, so they do have to have some sort of cloth underneath that, so it's not like making their skin raw.
Yeah, but there's no armor on top of it. That's what I'm saying.
On top of the you mean on top of the
The shoulder down to the elbow, there's no armor there.
Right.
So it's complete. Their hands are completely exposed, except for where their gauntlets are. So if somebody was to hit them in the arm, they'd be dead. So
yes.
why do they have a vest armor? Not have a. They should have at least up to the elbow the armor.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Right, then you have the mobility still to bend. Right.
Yep.
And at least your arms are somewhat protected. For most
I
of it.
still don't understand why their armor looks so dirty.
Yeah, I know. It's not like they've been in war.
Yeah.
Anyways, don't ask questions that make sense. That's consumed.
Of course.
Yes. Throw him in the pit.
Get in there.
Throw him in the pit.
Get in the hot tub.
And then again, this time she has an aid there, so at least she was able to get down the stairs and not. It'd be so funny. She just tumbles down the stairs.
She doesn't know where she's going.
All the way down to the. I'm here.
I made it.
I made it.
Take me instead of him. I'm half dead anyways.
Yeah. Oh. Jeez. That's so mean. That's so mean. And she's like, yeah, I want to take his spot. And then they open the rule books, like, my lord, she is allowed to take a spot.
It's a law. Yeah.
Okay.
He was like, wait, is this allowed? Can she do that? I was like, how do you not know your own people's laws? You're supposed to be goddamn king of this friggin' castle, man. Come on, dude. Be better.
Well, he didn't read all the parts. I don't blame him. So at least we have the Count Dooku assistant there. Right?
I mean, okay, but I feel like for something like this, that's this big, a giant sea creature is going to come and eat your ass. I would think that would be a pretty important rule to know. It should be.
Let's play devil's advocate. Let's say they didn't, right? Okay, so they have their conversation. He's like, fine, let the loser swap, right?
Yeah. And I don't know if you noticed, but they were very concerned about upsetting the faith about this whole thing. They're like, if we don't do this, the faithful will like come after us. It's like, okay, if the power of the faith if the faith has that much sway over them, why aren't we doing other things to try and make our kingdom survive?
Fair.
Yeah.
So she wants to swap with him. He just allows it. What a wuss.
Yeah, after all his fighting and bickering, being like, no, if the Velar deem it so, then I will be dead or alive, blah, blah, blah. He's just like, okay, I guess I don't have to die now, so go for it.
Or maybe he didn't have a choice because she's higher ranked than him.
She's not his queen anymore, though.
I'm just trying to make sense of it.
I mean, that's fair.
To me, it's just like, I don't even care about both of them. If I was the king, I'd be like, you both just go in there.
Just dump them in there. Yeah.
That would be the best way to solve everything. Just have both of them go in there. No, you know what? A 2-for-1 deal. You both go in there.
One and done. Yeah.
She goes in the water. I don't know about you, but she probably should have died by hypothermia by now.
It looked pretty damn cold. She was
It's
shivering in
cold.
one of
Ocean
one of
water
the
is
scenes.
cold.
Yeah.
Right? I don't care what anybody says. That does not look like Hawaii.
Nah.
That
Nah,
is cold ass water there, and it's going to kill her.
That's definitely summer in New Zealand for sure.
It's in Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Dublin. Okay, so here's the thing. It's got a nice pool, natural pool there.
Yeah.
There's no ocean going into it for per se easily. It's either the waves crash in, water drips in there.
Yep.
There's no actual path from what I see from this angle. This is a good angle, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me where we can see the natural curvature of where the ocean flows in, flows out easily?
Not at all. Not at all. I just thought this was a giant pool. That's what I thought it was. Yeah.
How does a creature in this vast, and we know Tolkien's map is vast, how do they know that creature's always there?
That's a good question. That is a wonderful question. I have no idea.
Are there a plethora of them?
I also like the fact that when they looked out towards the ocean and they see this thing coming towards it, it's a direct line from where it's at to the damn pool. Like it's coming in a straight line. You're telling me this dude was just waiting there, chilling, like, oh, there's a person there now. I can go have my snacky snack.
But how does it even sense? Like sharks, you drop a drop of blood, a shark can smell.
They smell
from miles away.
Yeah.
What does she do? Does she shit in the water? And he can smell feces from miles away? Like, honestly, it doesn't make sense.
Devil's advocate. Devil's advocate.
No,
okay, go for it.
You can do devil's advocate after. Okay.
Okay.
What they should have done was take a dagger and slice her wrist or her palm, which is the most typical thing you do in a lot of these shows.
Right.
You take a blade and you go like that and drop the water, do some ceremonial BS, whatever, and then the monster will come because the monster can smell the water or the blood in the water.
Right.
That to me makes more sense than just walking into a water and the monster just shows up within seconds.
Right. It just magically appearing. But maybe that's it, Elvin. Maybe it's magically connected to that pool.
Maybe
the minute that pool gets
that's how make it make sense for me, man. Give me some lore of magic or something, because this don't make sense to me, man.
It's all magic. It's all magic. Anytime something doesn't make sense, it's Tolkien magic.
But this is the problem. Not only are Tolkien people watching this, there's average viewers watching it.
Right.
If you don't make sense to them, they're not coming back to your show.
No.
They're like, I don't even understand what's happening. How did this happen? You know what? Forget it. I don't want to watch this show anymore.
Yeah.
They've got to dumb it down at some points to make sure people understand what's happening. It doesn't need to be fully explained, every little detail.
Right.
But you got to throw nuggets here and there to go, oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
And this part definitely needed to make sense, considering you're trying to make this storyline really important.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have the storyline continue.
Yep.
You're going to go all this way to do the ceremony, and this is the ending of it.
Mm-hmm. But it also makes me wonder, when was the last time this thing ate a person?
Or why it wants to eat a person?
Yeah.
When it's
does it
probably a lot of fish in the sea to eat?
Right? Does it, the other food sources keeps it going? How often do they punish somebody by death that way? It makes me wonder.
Another thing I know, and because I dab into prehistoric stuff, is animals got a lot smaller as centuries went by, because the feed that they eat on got smaller as well.
Right.
That's why you don't have a megalodon shark, because it didn't have the amount of food to eat over time, and it died.
Mm-hmm.
It got extinct, and smaller sharks took its spot because they are able to eat and consume less.
Right.
This thing is a massive beast. What eating a human is gonna do shit for it? What is it eating out there? We don't know anything. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Here it is. I thought it was Godzilla for a second. Godzilla 1. They just took the screenshots from it. Here again. There is no entrance. Is it underneath?
Yeah. That's what they portray anyway, once you go down there. Because all I'm seeing is waves crashing against a rock.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm ready. Bring it. She makes it seem like
why is she looking around? She can't
yeah.
see. Oh, there it is. It goes underneath. So she should be dead right about now.
Yeah, it's a long time to be underwater.
Yeah.
She's not even panicking. She's
Nope.
so I'm here with it.
If you're blind, you're in darkness, you would be panicking
Yep.
because one of your biggest sensories is just gone. Another one's also gone is it's hard to hear underwater.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you cannot hear underwater. Let me
Right.
replace that. Very, very, very minute.
That's an ugly ass thing too. Like,
And she's looking right at it. And he's looking, whatever it is, looking
they're
right at
making
it.
eye contact without realizing they're making eye contact.
Why does this thing not want to eat it? Okay, there. That should scare the shit out of you. Look at the size of the thing. And she's still underwater, by the way.
Maybe that's why she didn't react, because she couldn't see it. So she doesn't know what it looked like, you know? And that's why she's not panicking.
And we're going to have a giant spit.
He just regurgitated her out there.
She should have cracked her head in the cement.
Yeah. If she got pushed out like that, I'm surprised she came out unharmed.
Yeah.
That's the magic of television.
She should be dead. And he's like, yo, she's back, homie.
Yep. He's like, I got my freedom because of her.
Look at where she lands from the water.
That's far. That is very far from the initial pull, man.
She doesn't have a scratch on her.
No. There should have been some scrapes. A little cut, maybe.
She should have dislocated her shoulder, at least.
The monster was very gentle when he pushed up the water. He was like,
the water
right here. Okay, bye. I love you. We'll see you soon.
Anyways, you said you were gonna play devil's advocate for something?
I can't even remember what it was now. Okay. The show ruins it.
Your little train of thought's gone. Forget this.
Dude, honestly, watching this episode, I was in and out of sleep. I was like, this is a little boring for me right now.
Here we go. Back to the script.
Yes,
ball again.
The all-seeing ball. Shows him
rubbing his blue balls. I mean, blue ball.
It's appropriate. 100%.
Things break up.
You know, I do kind of dig this graphic though, where they like split reality. I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah.
Anyways, he's touching in the molten lava.
Mount Doom. Yep. He sees Halbrand, Sauron. There's a connection. That was him. That was him coming to completion.
Is he somebody Saruman?
No. That's just what that ball does.
Well, that's what happens when you rub balls. Oh yeah, how could I forget this scene?
Ah yes, they finally come together right now. Yeah.
This like Hogan and Macho Man and they clapping.
Yo, that's so good. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, this is literally Hulk Hogan and Macho Man.
Oh yeah.
Listen here, brother. We're coming together. It's the
mega powers, brother. And then he takes it to the top of another patio. They all got patios.
I like it.
With great views.
You know,
I mean, I don't know who their realtor is, but they're doing a bang-up job getting these corner lots for them.
See, so she basically agrees with him at that point. Like, okay, we should work together. You're absolutely right, Adar. My made-up character that's probably in my head that I've never seen before. Like, we should be partners and cry together.
What if this is a giant illusion she just had? She sort of hopped up on shrooms.
Jesus.
She fought in the forest.
This is how far Sauron's gotten into her head. Maybe it's all a figment. Maybe it's all illusion magic from Sauron. We figured it out. We figured it all out.
Look at this face.
Yeah, she not happy.
This is the face of Tolkien fans when they were cheated out of this story. Like, how dare you ruin our classic folklore?
Good Lord.
So she's mad because Adar took advantage of her. Wow. A evil person taking advantage.
Sort of. So when they agreed to work together here, like Galadriel ends up telling Adar that, you know what? Yes, Halbrand is Sauron. I should have told people from the get-go. He unlocks her, and they're like, yeah, well, we know Elrond is on the way with an army, and Nenya, my ring, Nenya business. Like, let's go. And Adar asks if the High King will let him and the orcs go back home safely, or are they just going to end up killing me? And she doesn't really have an answer for him. Like, she can't guarantee his safety.
She's not the High King.
No, like if Gil-galad sees orcs, he's going after them. Like they go and die.
Yeah.
And the reason why she's making this face right now is she all of a sudden had a realization. Sauron wants you to be there. Sauron wants an army. You're giving him that army. She's like, Adar, you're gonna die if you go there. Don't do this anymore. You just flip-flopping so fast, bro.
What did I say earlier?
How did you come to this conclusion like lickety split? I have no idea. Crazy foresight. That
people flip-flop like crazy here, man.
Yeah.
There's no like assurance and like confidence to stay the course. Nothing.
Yeah.
Because the writing is bad, so they have to keep flip-flopping to make their story make sense somewhat.
It's bad.
They don't know how to write long-term.
No. That's clearly shown here.
Because you can see that when they get to a junction where they don't know what to do, they just quickly flip the characters' beliefs.
Yeah.
To continue the story. Is that they're like, well, let's write just one episode at a time and see where it goes. Not like, hey, let's plan the long game here.
Yep.
And have this character stick to the long game so it pays out at the end. They don't know how to do that.
Nope. And this is why we see a lot of that. Like it happened with like we've seen it with Elendil now. It happened with Elrond when he was wanting to save the elves and he thought making the rings were a good idea, only to be like in the second season, no, this is a terrible idea. For Galadriel having to be like, we shouldn't make the rings now we are making the rings and we should trust in the rings. Like it's a little all over the place.
At the very end here, this orc is handing a horn.
Yeah.
Why is he hesitating?
That's a good question. It has to be because of like what I feel like it's what she's saying, that like she's literally yelling at him like Sauron wants the orcs to have this, like wants the orc army and you're just going to hand it to him. So it makes me wonder, like this, what I noticed with this is that orc is like, I don't want to be under that dude's thumb. I don't want to work for that guy. Like that'd be kind of shit. Like maybe we shouldn't do this. But when does an orc ever have doubts like that?
So here's my thing. For me, the orcs should not phase whatsoever because the orcs don't give a crap what the elves should say.
They're just supposed to follow orders.
Yeah. They shouldn't have conscious of like, you know what? Let's listen to her. No. We're meatheads with helmets on.
Yep.
I'm gonna give my master the horn and off we go into killing people because that's what we love to do. We like to kill and plunder.
Yes.
So I just thought it was weird. I was like, I know it's a little nitpicking, but still. It's like, dude, who cares? Just give.
No, I don't think that's nitpicking, man. I think you're on point with that. I don't think that's nitpicking at all.
Like, look at his eyes. He's got this uncertainty in his eyes. You're an orc. You don't think.
You're not supposed to question that.
You just go plunder and kill.
Like that looks like straight fear. You know what I mean? Like
that's what I hate about the orcs here. They're so wussy.
Yeah.
You look at Tolkien, Peter Jackson orcs, dude. They're just savage beasts, man.
Yep.
Ripping apart people. If one of them, gets out of line, they just rip him and eat him apart. Right? They're just crazy battle warriors, savage orcs.
Yeah, I think the only time they actually showed fear was in the third movie at the end when Mordor was being swallowed and they were running from being swallowed. That was the only time they showed fear, I think. I mean, I wouldn't want to get swallowed up by the earth either.
Nope. So here, finally gets the horn. He's like, "Give it to me, you fool!" Right?
You wuss. I'll blow it myself.
And he just gets on the Gondor horn, and then he just lets it out, and here we are, the army. By the way, this is not that impressive. It's impressive, but I mean, I'd expect more because there's areas here where it's empty. CGI and cover this area, for God's sake.
They could have made it more full with CGI if they wanted to. I'm surprised they didn't. Like, you see all these like fires that are built, even way in the back there, you see those little ones too.
Yeah.
Like, they could have pumped out CGI imagery of just it didn't. You don't like. You can't even tell that there works. You could have just filled it with anything to make it look like there's a massive army there waiting to invade.
And the technique is when you have shitty CGI, what you do is you darken the screen.
Yeah.
You darken it so that you can get away with murder.
Mm-hmm.
This is a technique used by many shows now.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of shows are doing that. Acolytes did it when the fight scene in the forest. They darkened it so that you can't see some of the imperfections.
Right.
And then you use trees, use other things to sort of block out the whole landscape so that you don't have to fill in. But here you can see glaring holes all over the place. It's the attention to detail that really pisses me off too about this show. The small little things they do, right? They could have done. Like, who are you trying to impress here? I'm not impressed. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a whole lot. It really didn't, man.
Yeah. And here, another thing. Did we skip the part? Oh, no, we didn't skip the part, right? We're still...
Where they launch?
Yeah. Oh, here's the part. Yeah. So this is the part I was talking about. Like, he goes and cuts his hand. For what reason again?
I don't know. Like,
I'm sure there's a reason, but an average viewer doesn't know what the reason is.
Yeah.
And there's the problem again.
Like, what did he do with this? So he cuts his hand. Okay. And then, so
he's doodling away.
By the way, it just cuts to Celebrimbor drawing the rings for men.
I guess maybe the orcs can smell his blood or something.
Interesting.
See, this is a crazy part. We're trying to figure it out. They could have just easily explained why. They could have showed why. Like, he could just put his hands up like this, when we'll be like, oh, maybe he's just signaling.
Right.
Maybe the orcs can smell his blood because he's so powerful, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right? Here, this guy's doodling away, and he's like,
I don't get why he crossed out that ring. I thought the drawing of that ring was pretty well done.
Yeah.
Look at it. It looks good.
It's better than the other shit that we've seen.
Yeah, man.
I want to get one of these made. I'm gonna rock it out.
Yeah.
Get some rubies on there and shit. Maybe some jade.
That'd be sick, dude.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, I hear something. And he's like,
someone's like, no.
It's so funny how he just closes the window covers.
He's like, don't you have work to do? Get back to work, bro.
He's like, nothing to see here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so funny, man.
Look at his face. He's like, why did you just close the window on my face?
Yeah.
That's my window, not yours.
Celebrimbor should have said, this is my place. Get away from the window now.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, he's like, you know what? He's like, huh?
He's like, hey. He's like, do you see that face? That's all right. He's like, hey, man. Shouldn't you get back to work?
Let's go pause that face for a second here. Oh, man, that's so good. I love how he slides into the screen. It's so comical, man. This thing is awesome. But now, hey, hold on. Hey, man, how you doing, bro? It's like one of those black comedy shows, you know? Like, it's like Will Smith and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Hey, man, Uncle Phil. Listen. You don't need to go in the kitchen, Uncle Phil. What you doing, Uncle Phil? How you doing, man? You lose some weight, Uncle Phil. You're looking good, man. You're looking good. That's what it is. Look at this guy's face. Oh my god.
I can leave if I want to. Yeah, I need to go see things.
My people need me. Oh man. So I know this part is funny and all, but I do want to say that the here you go. You don't need to go to the bathroom, Uncle Phil. We have a perfectly good bathroom upstairs. But I need to take a big shit. Get out of my
I don't
way.
want to use my. Oh, he shoved him right.
Yeah,
he did.
This
shove
is where
him.
it gets real, though.
Yeah,
I'm like, all right, you got a spine finally.
yeah.
Right? So from this moment on, I thought it was pretty cool how they did it. He goes
You
hits
could.
the
Yeah,
wall.
there's frustration with Celebrimbor now.
I love the rage here. This is cool, right? Like, and then oh yeah, right here.
Oh,
Don't
that's
you
the
walk
hand he
away
cut,
from me,
right?
woman.
Oh, that's the hand he cut,
Oh,
right?
and that's how he manipulates him.
Oh, maybe.
Gets into his head.
Interesting.
Blood seeping into him.
Some blood magic kind of stuff.
Look at how we're trying to come up with things, and the
Yeah, that's
writers
not
can't
good.
do that.
It's not good when we're trying to figure it out ourselves. This is like, this is my house. This is my house. It's my house. Like, don't tell me where to shit my house. Shit where I want.
Oh, he grabs his hand, so maybe he's infected.
Yeah, like that shouldn't have hurt him. That was a simple grab, man.
Oh, he pissed. He pissed. He's going on off him.
Uh-huh.
You shall not take a shit.
Holy crap.
And then he walks out. This was cool.
Yes.
Very eerie and cool.
Mm-hmm. We actually got to see a little bit of Sauron's power finally being used.
I like as he's summoning with his eyes closed. Cool, cool. All right. Yeah, I can get behind this. Not bad. Right?
I thought they would have added some more kind of effects to this a little bit, you know?
Look, I'll take this over. I know what you mean, and I would love it, but this is Amazon. We'll take what we can get.
Fair. Instead, it just looks like he's yeah, I'm not gonna say it.
Even a sound effect when he opens a door differently.
Yeah.
You know, like that or something, like some wobbly sound, whatever.
Something.
He opens the door, everything's rosy.
Peaceful.
Kids are
Right.
playing. By the way, wasn't it dark when they were in the room? And it was dark, and is he that dumb that he didn't realize it's dark?
Yeah. So this is probably a way to like explain that Sauron's power, his manipulation exceeds that. And so with how troubled Celebrimbor is, it's definitely
he should not be aware of what time of the day it is, or he could be manipulated into thinking what time of the day it is. Right? Yeah. Okay, I'll give him that. You're playing devil's advocate pretty nicely. So yeah, everything's like rosy and peachy here, right? People are playing, the fire is going, everything's good. All the children running around. There's a horse in the middle of I don't know why there. Okay, whatever.
Yep.
There's a dog here. Or no, is that a dog or a goat? Whatever. Can't tell. Yeah, kids playing. So, you know, whatever, it's cool. Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a friendly atmosphere. And he's like, okay, I must be tripping. This guy is randomly pointing at something in the sky.
It's like, oh, look at that bird. So beautiful. Let's draw it.
They all have long hair, which I appreciate.
Yep.
Not bad, not bad. And he's like, okay, cool. Cool. She's making something cool. All right.
There we go. It's your favorite hairstyle. They needed to make them different. They needed them to stand out. I would feel like as an elf, if we saw that.
This kid probably feels left out. Like, Daddy, why don't I have a long hair?
Yep. And they're not even paying attention to her.
Shut up, Jerome. Be happy to be
like
here.
They don't care. This little elf in the middle, the elf on the right here, they're in deep conversation. She like this elf is like, hey guys, remember me? Like I'm so they don't care about you, bro.
Or maybe he's like, how you doing?
Yeah.
My dad's captain of the army. How you doing?
Oh shit.
Right?
Yeah.
But man, okay. Anyways, I'm tired of talking about it. Make them feel like the part of the whole lore. It's not
Right?
hard.
Yeah. It's not at all.
Even this dude's got short hair, which annoys me. Anyways, good old boy here.
He looks relieved. He's like, oh, okay.
It's like, I told you.
We all
good.
Gucci, baby. We all
Yeah.
Gucci.
He's wearing Gucci. Look at him.
Yeah, actually, you know what? That wardrobe choice again, it got better. You know.
Yeah.
It
And this is my favorite part. This is my favorite part. He's like, I got a gift for you. My wife actually made fun of this part. She's like, this must be a metaphor for something.
Interesting.
He's like, yeah, you know what? You're right. Those shrooms that I had last night are really tripping me out, brah.
Man needs to take a nap. You can't
I don't know what kind of shoes you got from the garden, but that shit was bomb, brah.
Bang it.
That's what Caliburn was saying to him. Oh man, I ain't never doing that thing again. That tripped me out. What? What? He's like, what? Say what? You tripping on those mushrooms?
You're not in the right mind, Caliburn. You need to do more shrooms, dog.
Man, Elrond is tougher than you. He took those like a champ.
Oh Lord.
He's like, look, I got something for you. It's hammer time. Oh no, this was before that. Why didn't he just show this to him in the beginning? Why is he hiding it from him?
My question is that even he says that's mithril, but he walked
grounded mithril.
Yeah,
that don't look grounded to you, does it?
Not at all.
That looks like chunks.
Yes. My question is that even really mithril? Because we saw him walk out with nothing.
He stole it?
Possibility, right?
Which will cause a drift between him and the dwarves. I mean, with Celebrimbor and the dwarves.
Right? Or maybe it is actually tainted metals, and he's calling it mithril.
But here's the thing, though. He wants him to finish the rings as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Why are you hiding this from him then?
That's a great question, especially when he shoved them up in the tower. Like at that point, we'd be like, "Wait, I have mithrils so you can do
that would be
your work."
A great opportunity to distract him.
Yes,
and not have to go through all this.
Yeah.
As soon as he walked back or morphed back, whatever way you want to see it, he has this. It's the first thing he should do is go to him and give it to him.
Yep, I agree.
But instead, we go through this elaborate, which is cool. But then again, here's another thing: is why do we need to go through it all? Because they want to show you all this. They want to show how creative they are, how amazing they are as writers, and how amazing the story is to lengthen the story, just so we can see something that he's supposed to show him right away because he wants the rings to be made right away.
Yep.
It gets ruined. So chunks not grounded. That is not grounded. I don't care what anybody says. Grounding is much more fire.
That container's way too fancy to be holding metal like that.
And look, I got it for you. Don't you love me now?
Continue our work for the rings of men. Oh, shut up, man. Good Lord. That's terrible.
Oh, that was good. That was good. That was really good. He's like, all right, you're right. I'm going to get back to getting things done. But he's like, hold on. I got you more stuff. All right, what you give me? What you give me? What you give me? Come on, sure. Oh, come on. Hurry up.
He's playing to his vanity now at this point. Like, I kind of remember like what they were talking about, and it was he's like, you're about to make some of the best creations ever. Even better than the Silmarils, which will be a thing of the past once people see the rings that you make, the rings of power that you make, downplaying the Silmarils. And this really feeds into like Celebrimbor's vanity at that point.
He's just looking at him like, did you just let out a fart? Things are getting a little stinky here. It's like, you did. You damn right. You did let out a fart. And there he is. He gets the hammer. was hammer.
That's a way fancier hammer than what
That's
you
the
had.
hammer he should have had from the beginning, considering
Yep.
he's the master.
Yep.
Not that little dinky little prick thing.
Mm-hmm. See, and this thing with the hammer, when he gave it to him, I was thinking to myself, where did it come from? Is it possible that he put like malicious intent into that hammer? So
What if
when
he
every
stole it
time a
from the
ring gets
dwarves?
forged, a bit of Sauron goes into those rings.
He stole it from the dwarves.
Ooh.
That's actually his axe. His life-size axe from the
Shit.
dwarves.
Shit.
What's the dwarf's name again?
Durin.
That's Durin's giant axe.
Fits the
You know
size
those
of my palm.
you know those
Yeah.
shorts you see?
Yeah. Oh God.
It is. This is a giant Durin axe that he gives him. Turns out to be the perfect size for a hammer.
Yeah. Oh God.
So he's
Good
like,
stuff.
"Aw, you got me a hammer. I can actually do my work properly now."
Like, I'll go back inside. I'll continue my
You're a
work with the ring.
master. Oh, blacksmith. And he's like, "Yeah, my dog. That's right.
It's like,
You
get
do what
back in there.
you do what I tell you to do."
And he's like, that booty looks good. Just walk up them steps.
Get back to work. Anyways, yeah. So he goes back to work. The door gets closed automatically somehow.
Hey,
He
Elvin
doesn't
magic.
close the door. He closes by himself
Elvin magic, dog.
because he has two things in his hands. How does he close the door? He just kicks it again.
Yep. Does a little horse kick.
Yeah, episode 6, baby. Here we go. And then this is the cool part here, right? Things just go way out the outbox.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's another short hair. All right. Keeping it all short. This is cool. I love the
And then
panning from
just
light to dark.
transitions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is good shit right here. This is what I want to see, man. Everybody running. Women and children crying. This is war.
I am a little surprised that like no one's like running up to him and be like, what do we do? Like, should we should tell Celebrimbor?
Maybe he's invisible.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Arguably the best part of the show right here.
Yeah.
For me.
I agree.
Just this evilness here seeping through.
Like he's starting to look more like
Menacing?
malicious. Yeah, menacing. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, my plan is coming together finally. That's what's going on.
Yeah. Where's he walking though, by the way? I like how nobody's hitting him. Maybe he's invisible, like I said, right?
Yeah.
Boy, he got up there pretty fast.
He's like, let me see.
There must have been an elevator there or something.
Oh yeah. That
or
little
maybe
pulley.
just projected back to the top.
Never left the tower.
Oh.
Mm.
There it is. Remember I was showing you earlier?
Yes. I'm the king of the world.
Oh man, it reminds me of the Titanic. And there he is looking down.
He's like, let balls of fire rain deep inside my city.
Flaming hot balls.
Might need to go get that checked. Go see a doctor.
Yeah. We got blue balls, flaming balls.
They cooked, man.
They all need to be checked. By the way, okay. You have an army in the city. Do they not see all this flames on the other side of the water and going, what could that be? Are they camping out there?
Right. It's just they're like, oh, we'll be safe. I'm also really impressed that these balls of fire can launch that far. Like that looks really far.
Yeah. What if they just like Angry Birds just miss?
They just roll to the walls.
Just nick it. That's the worst part of Angry Birds, right?
Yep. Like this is a regular catapult. It's not even like a trebuchet, which can launch things
Yeah, it's like
further.
spins and boom like that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and even
But
then with the trebuchet, like they typically host smaller projectiles to be launched, not giant boulders like catapults do.
they better have kerosene on there because fire spread really quickly on that thing.
Yeah,
Like
and
really
to s-
quickly.
and to stay aflame too, man.
It's one thing I know. A lot of people and writers don't know how fire is handled. I'm looking at you, acolytes. Yeah, so she's chained back up again. Ugh.
Yeah, that's just a regular catapult. There's no way those things should be launching that far, man.
Woo! Look at that go, baby!
Oh, okay. Maybe from this angle, it doesn't look that far, I guess, but
Oh
just
yeah!
wrecked.
Boom! Artifacting. It's over, baby. It's over.
Yeah.
And there you have it. Episode 6 going down like a hot flame of you know what.
Poo poo.
Like
Straight poo poo.
the title says, the show continues to spit out terrible writing, and this episode was no different.
No.
Terrible writing, terrible decisions, terrible acting. God, this is a bad show.
Like there is some in this episode, there
You have
was
moments.
a couple like redeeming things. Yep. But
This is a $1 billion show. You shouldn't have some redeeming. You should have all of it fantastic.
right off the get go. Yep. Look.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to say, man.
Yeah. It's for me, I don't know. I give it like a 4 out of 10 just because of those little moments that they had, which felt a lot better. Especially with like Celebrimbor and Sauron. Like that was probably the most heated interactions we got. Like interactions that felt like they had real emotion behind them, you know. I mean with King Durin and Prince Durin, they feel like it's always kind of been there and they just have a good chemistry. So I'm not giving it to that because that's how it should be for everything up to this point. But
Yeah.
it's not there.
I'm gonna have to give it a 4.5.
Oh, you went high.
That's sad when 4.5 is high. I did like the ending there of him just manipulating the environment there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else to say. This show, aside from the evilness that Sauron possesses, this show has nothing else that interests me. Everything else is just too bland and boring.
Yeah.
I don't care about the Harfoots. I don't care about the Black Elf. I don't care about what's happening in Numenor.
Mm-hmm.
Just focus on this story because it's the most interesting. And next episode, I hope they spend more time on this than anything else because I don't care about anything else.
Oh,
right?
we're gonna get cuts to like Gandalf going to save Nori for sure. Him probably getting his like staff at the end of that episode. Isildur will probably make a return with Arendir.
What is it going to be like? The Avengers? They all show up at the war.
Yep, I think that's exactly how it's going to end up going down, man.
They're gonna have a pan, and they're gonna show up. Dan, they're gonna have the big music, the entrance music.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, they're all ready to go.
Yep.
And then they play ACDC. Thunder's back.
Yeah.
And
I like
that's
the go-to song we went to.
Yeah.
We just know it's gonna happen.
Then the slow motion of them running into battle, right?
Yep. All the women will be together in one place, run in together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll wrap it up for today. We spent quite a bit of time talking about this. Everybody out there, if you're new here watching us for the first time, give us some feedback. Let us know what you guys' thoughts on the episode were, what the show was. Hit the like button. That's very, very helpful to us. We would appreciate if you hit that. Everybody that watches this video, just 2 seconds to hit a like button will make a big difference for us. We will appreciate it. If you're new here, subscribe too. Hang out with us. We have 3 shows every week. We have a show about collectors every Monday night at 8 p.m. Pacific time. If you're a collecting of all things action figures, you can see behind me, we talk about stuff like that. And then on Thursday nights, we do into movies and TV shows, what's going on in Hollywood, what's burning down in Hollywood as well.
Yep.
We get into that. And then our Sunday show, which is around this time every week, we do the Lord of the Rings or Rings of Power breakdown. 2 more episodes to go. what we'll do after that, we'll figure it out. But
Yep.
we'll have a Sunday show for you guys for the foreseeable future. Next week, I'm not here.
Yes.
I'm in LA, so we get to do both 2 back-to-back episodes.
Yes.
I think that'd be good.
It'll be a little bit longer, but that's okay.
Yeah,
That's okay.
we can wrap it up and be done with it.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about each episode. Just finish it off, man. I'm so done with this show. Please, for next time, we got to watch something better, man.
Yeah, we'll look into something. We might even jump to a couple of shows here and there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we won't be here next week, but the week after we'll be here to finish off these episode 7 and 8 of Rings of Power. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us. Hope yourself have a great day, and we'll catch you guys later.